Good morning. Just me and Billy Bob today. We've had such a wet weekend and it's Monday today and it's beautiful. Beautiful sunrise driving over. And I'm at Greenside, just up from Wastwater, which is about a 2-minute drive down there. I've got the Scafells behind me. And today I'm doing Middle Fell. Just a linear up to the top, great views from the summit, back down again. And then the plan is just to wander around some public footpaths to get to Wastwater and the shores of Wastwater, which is a beautiful path, and back to Greenside, about a 6-7 mile route. Beautiful weather. Hope you enjoy the video. So that is Middle Fell, where me and Billy Bob are going to be heading up. You get a fantastic view, excuse me, you get a fantastic view over the Scafells on the top and over Wastwater. I was looking over to Synge, I think it is. You've got Wastwater screes. This time of year they're in the shade. There's parking for about 5 or 6 cars here. How dramatic is that? This is the path, the grassy trod, and you can see it going up the side of Middle Fell. You're kidding me! I was having a wee, I was having a poo. So the path just follows this fence line for a little bit, skirting Greenside Gill. And then it will veer off, not far up this fence, it will veer off to the right, so head up Middle Fell. Looking back to Synge, Wastwater screes, and you've got Ilgill Head up there and Wainright. So we've reached the point where we're going to turn off. If you were to carry straight on, this would take you along Greendale Gill and up to Greendale Tarn. The path is literally just off up there to the right, heading up Middle Fell. When you do Middle Fell, you can actually do a bit of a circular. If you just want to bag Middle Fell on its own, you can go down the far side to Greenside Tarn, and you can follow, there's a path on the map. I've not done that route before, but looking at the map, there is a black dotted line on the far side of the gill heading down. But it looks like you have to ford the gill in a couple of places, and there's been a lot of rain lately, so it's in spate, so I didn't want to do it before checking it out in case I couldn't get across. Now, There is a path on this side, but I don't know what it's like at the top where the tarn is. So I'm going to check it out another time when the gill is not in spate, to see if it's possible to do it on this side all the way from the tarn, or if you have to go on the other side and forge the gill. So that's why I'm just doing a linear for now on Middle Fell. Four herdies there. Beautiful sheep. They always look like they're smiling. But he's not bothered, look at him. How chilled out is he with them? Good doggy. So we're starting to get views of Seatallan. Now, like I said before, you can do Middle Fell, go down across the bog up Seatallan, and you can go all the way along that ridge until you get to Buckbarrow, and then you can double back on yourself to Joss Naylors Cairn. I can't see there, I can see it, it's about there, and then the path meanders down the fell side, crossing a tiny gill, which is easy to do in that ravine there, and you stay on that far side back to the valley. As I say, alternatively you can go to the right hand side of Buckbarrow, down the front to the right and down another gill. And I'll put a route, I've got a route of that. I've got a video that me and Andy and Billy Bob, we walked that route. I think it was beginning of this year or maybe last winter. But you can check that out, take a look at that, and I will put a route, a GPX route of that. Look at the atmospherics behind. Wow. Just epic. Wow. So the path meanders steadily through the crags and the rocky outcrops. It can be a bit faint in places where it's boggy, but not for long. And it just heads up through these rocky outcrops here. It can't be far from the summit now. So on the summit of Middle Fell, that's Seatallan. That is, I believe that's Haycock, I think. That's going over to Red Pike. You've got Barrow, Great Gable behind, Scafells, Wastwater, Wastwater Screes, and the Irish Sea. And that's the summit cairn of Middle Fell. Look at the light on Barrow. That's Barrow. And you've got Kirkfell and Great Gable behind Barrow. And then you've got Scafells Pike on the left. And then you've got Scafells on the right. Yeah, so that there, I think I'm pointing at the right one, is Scafells Pike. That is actually the highest, but from this angle it doesn't look like the highest, but it's just deceptive. Scafells is slightly lower. Scafells Pike being the highest mountain in the Lake District. From Middle Fell you can actually head on the far side, going down, descending in that direction, heading towards Seatallan, and you go down quite a lot of ascent, and then you head across some boggy ground and you head very steeply up Seatallan there, and you do that as a round with Buckbarrow, which you can't actually see but I showed you earlier. Wow, what a view up here. So if you haven't got much time, it's only about 1.5, 1.6 miles up to the summit of Middle Fell from Greenside. So in total, there and back would be about a 3-mile walk. That's great fell to do if you haven't got much time. Fantastic views all around. So I'm going to head back down the same way, and then I'm going to walk around some public footpaths on some beautiful paths to Wastwater, to the shore of Wastwater. Hopefully this cloud will go and lift, because it's a beautiful light earlier. So I should probably bring you back when I'm back at the car and then heading along the road towards Wastwater. We're just heading down nearly back at Greenside where we parked the car. So I'm probably going to continue along some public footpaths, across fields, over to Wastwater, which you can just see as a very dark grey line in the background there under Wastwater screes. That's apparently, Wastwater is the deepest lake in the Lake District, and those screes continue all the way down underwater as well. It's a dark, foreboding place in the winter. You can actually walk along the screes. There's a path all the way along, and there's been a few people caught out where you've got those boulders, as it's very loose scree and very, very steep. And I think a couple of people have got caught out with dogs. So just to be careful if you're going to consider doing that side. It's not for the faint-hearted. I wouldn't want to do it, to be fair. I mean, look at it. I mean, why would you want to do that path? It just looks dark and foreboding and horrible. So yeah, we're going to continue down here, probably about 20 minutes back to the car, and then we'll continue on. So from the car, I turned right, crossing this bridge over Greendale Gill, and immediately turned left through this gate. That's Greendale Gill, looking back to Middle Fell. And you go through Rowan Wood, crossing over Synge Beck. And little did I know what was in store for me further up this track. I'm coming down this public lane and I feel a little bit spooked out. Don't know why. I've not been on this path before, maybe that's why, but it just has a really weird feeling about it. And then you come across a massive, giant, huge footprint, which looks like a Yeti footprint. It is a marked public footpath, and you've got a star on a gate, so it's definitely a used route. Oh, we're glad to get out of this lane, to be honest. I'll tell you what, this hole, look at it, the whole stile is rocking. So I tried to get through the gate and there's a stone stopping the actual gate from opening, so I've completely squashed my water bottle completely flat getting through it, and I can't shut the gate. And how did that sheep poo get on that top stile step? This is a bizarre place. So that's the creepy lane. Now I've got to work out where I go around here. Just looking back to Middle Fell, and there's Buckbarrow. Look at this herdie here. So cute. Empty. God, this place is boggy. You know when you really wish you hadn't started something? I really wish I just stayed at the car. I've got another mile of this with Billy attached to me, because you've got to keep dogs on the lead as it's farmland, and it's like a massive bog and sheer mud. Oh Jesus, wish I hadn't started this. Help. Okay, I think I've got through the worst of it, because that was the field that the livestock are usually in. There's usually cattle in there, but thank God they weren't in there, because I've got Billy. It was so boggy. I'm glad I'm out of that. But the next contender is I've got to get through the farm. And I'm always a bit wary about going through farms. I don't know why. I've had a few altercations with farmers in the past. You just never know if they're going to be friendly or not. You know, there's signs everywhere saying dogs must be on the lead, livestock, which is fair enough. But if I've had problems with dogs before, you just don't know if you're going to get aggro. And I've got to go right through the farm. Okay, this is where I turn off for the farm. Wood Howe. Wish me luck. If you think I'm going to do a walk by, you are sorely mistaken. I have no idea how deep this is. It looks really deep. Oh my God, it's over my ankles. Look at Billy. Oh God, it's really starting to feel like the Blair Witch Project now. It really is. I'm just dreading this farm. You know, you just got this picture in your mind of some white, run-down farm building, and the farmer's got two heads, and he's got his pot bubbling away, and you've only got to think about what's in that pot. Oh no, I've got another bit that's totally flooded here. Help me. I got through the other one. This one's even worse. Help. I'm not enjoying this now. I'm really not enjoying it now. I don't want to be here now. Here we go. Right. There's a gate actually avoiding the farm. Okay, so that's the farm. So there's actually Wood Howe Farm and holiday cottages. So I don't feel so bad now. Maybe it's not so bad after all. Doesn't eat children. So luckily the footpath was diverted. He put an order in to stop the footpath going through his farm. Sorry, there I am. So the path just diverts away from the farm and follows a wall through a gate and back to the main road. So you immediately leave the road and go through another gate to head down by this river. So this is the River Lund, I think. We get to Lund Bridge, so I'm guessing this is the River Lund. Really fast flowing. How much water there's been, how much rain there's been. Going at a rate of knots, that is. We're just going to head through this gate into Lund Wood, and then it's a lovely path following the shores of Wastwater. Trust me, it does get nice now. I won't be doing that path again, I'm telling you. Good grief. This path is nearly flooded. Yeah, it's slightly flooded. I really hope this gate opens fully. Thank God. Oh, thank God it does. Yes, the gate closed. First time. So yeah, the river is quite high. So what is it, Lund Bridge? A nice old stone bridge. Look at this old rough path over the bridge. They almost look like cobbles, but they're not. It's like an old pack horse bridge. Got some roadies here. It'll be nice in spring, May time. I don't think the Lake District Park likes them much because they're not native. I like them though. I think they're really pretty when they flower. So the path just follows along. You've got the dramatic crags there. That's the path that would be going along the Wastwater screes along there. Wastwater's so high. So I'll bring you back when we get to the boathouse. So there's the boathouse. We've got some birch polypore. So there's Wastwater. So calm. Sit here and have a coffee and enjoy that view. It's a beautiful path along here. It's such a shame that it's now starting to rain. It's gone a bit misty. As when you get the sunset on the screes, the colours are amazing. They're still lovely. Definitely worth a detour to come to Wastwater. Maybe not via the path that I went on. You could just follow the road from where I've parked the car to get to Wastwater. So this is Wasdale Youth Hostel, just 20 yards from the shores of Wastwater. So it's a great location. I was looking over to the screes. The path follows along straight through those screes. Are you stuck, Billy? So we've topped out onto the road now. This road takes you all the way to Wasdale Head. I don't know if you can hear that, but there's rocks falling down that scree chute. Wow. And people want to walk that path? Little bays dotted about along here, literally 20 seconds from the road. Another little bay here. So we get to this junction and we turn left here for about 5 minutes up the road back to where the car is at Greendale. Okay, so I'm going to say goodbye because I'm back at the car. Now I need to apologise because all the way through the video I've been saying Greenside, that I've parked at Greenside and I'm going on Greenside Gill and you've got Greenside Tarn. It's not Greenside, it's Greendale. So I do apologise. At least I've corrected it now before I finish the walk. Realised my mistake and it's Greendale. So it's been a really good walk. It was lovely light first thing, fantastic views on top of Middle Fell, and only 1.5 miles up to the summit and then 1.5 miles back down. The walk that I did around the farmland, I probably wouldn't do that again, that section up to the farm, because it was very, very, very wet and boggy and the path was flooded and it was over my boot. Didn't know what the farm was going to be like or the farmer. So yeah, it's nice going around the shores of Wastwater. It's beautiful. Once you get to Lund Bridge, the path is beautiful through the woodland along the shores of Wastwater, and you can see the screes close up. The reflections are amazing when it's still. So all in all, I did enjoy the walk. Hope you enjoyed the video, And if you like my content, I hope you consider liking my video, subscribing so you can see more content as I'm out nearly every week. And I shall catch you all again very soon on another adventure. Bye for now. Good morning and welcome to Map and Scissor Time, and this is a route for Middle Fell, which is on the shores of Wastwater. So it's a beautiful valley and a lovely drive, one of my favourite areas. And I parked just off the road at Greendale. I need to apologise because on my video I was calling it Greenside for some reason. But I did correct it at the end of the video, and it's Greendale. You have a few cottages here, and there's room for about 6-7 cars just off the road on a grassy verge. And you follow the route up this track heading towards Greendale Gill. And as you start to get into an enclosed valley, you take a path that veers off to the right. You can just see it here as a black dotted line on the map, and you follow it quite steeply up the fell side on a stony path at first, heading towards this cairn. You've got great views over Wastwater and Wastwater screes, over to the coast looking back, and this is lovely. Greendale Gill, it's a lovely gill. It's got a few waterfalls and rapids along here. So we headed up to this cairn, and you just continue, start getting on a boggier path through the rocky outcrops, and you follow it something like this, through the rocky outcrops onto the summit of Middle Fell, 582 metres, where there's a cairn. Here is fantastic views over Wastwater, over to the Scafells, Scafell Pike and Scafell over here. We've got lovely views over Barrow, over to Great Gable, and this side you've got Haycock, Scafell, Red Pike, Pillar, and this side you've got Seatallan. Now on this walk I was just doing Middle Fell. Now you can do a couple of alternatives, as I said in the video. You could carry on down to Greendale Tarn, and this is where I wasn't sure, because on this map you just have a green access right of way with no black dotted line underneath. So when I looked at the map, the only black dotted line I could see was on the other side of the gill, and I wasn't sure because you have to ford the gill in a few places, and it wasn't spate, so I didn't do this. But you can, I've confirmed on Street View map, there is a path from the tarn on this side without having to cross the gill all the way back to here where you started the walk. So that could be a circular route if you just want to do Middle Fell, if you don't have much time. But what people usually do, and I do have another video of this, is they do a full round of Middle Fell, and they go down here over to boggy ground, crossing here and heading up Seatallan, and then you go along a lovely ridge over to Buckbarrow. You're heading for Glade Howe and the cairn here, and then you can either go down this side, sorry, to the gill here, that way from Buckbarrow, or you can go to Joss Naylors Cairn, which I don't think is on this map. Joss Naylors Cairn, and you head down this path like this back to Greendale. But that's other routes, but I will put a GPX route of this whole round on my link in the description. So the walk I did, I just went up to the summit of Middle Fell, and I just went back down the same path back to where I parked the car. And I wanted to access Wastwater and the shores of Wastwater, and I'd not done this route before, and I noticed you could go up over the bridge over Greendale Gill and head on a public footpath through Rowan Wood through Rowan Wood and along here to Woodhowe Tarn. So this keeps unfocusing. To Woodhowe Tarn and through the farm at Woodhowe, and then following along this track here along the River Urt, through Lund Wood to Lumbridge and along here. This is a lovely path here, and I've done this before, following the shores of Wastwater. This section that I did from here, yeah, I wasn't so keen on it. I got a bit spooked out in this wood here for some reason, in this lane. It just felt really strange. And this was very, very, very boggy, really muddy, really boggy. There's livestock here, so it gets all muddied up. And here was flooded, the path was totally flooded in places, in sections. Now, the footpath takes you out and not into the farmyard, it takes you around the side. It's diverted the path, so there's no problems there, to the road. And as I say, this part and this section is really lovely. You've got a few benches you can sit here and have a picnic, looking up Wastwater. And then you just follow past the youth hostel, Wasdale Youth Hostel, back to the road, and you head along here, and you can meander off and just go to lots of little bays around here where you can just take in the sights. Not far from the road, so it'd be great if you had like a paddle board. You could park up, go on a paddle board along here. People do swimming here, but it is a very deep lake and very, very cold. So you then head back along the road back to Greendale. So this was about a 7-mile route. It was a nice circular route. It would be better if it was drier. I think this would be quite a nice path if it was dry and not wet. But bear in mind, there are cattle here during the summer months if you have a dog. So I hope you enjoy the video, and I'll catch you all very soon. Bye for now.